everyone, and welcome back to another Sinking Fund Saturday here on my channel. If you are new, welcome, and if you are a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back. I do truly appreciate you taking your time to spend a little bit of time with me during your day, during your weekday, whenever it is that you are tuning in. So today, pretty straightforward. We're going to be separating out our money for the next 2 weeks for our variable expenses. So this is just going to be things like our groceries and our fuel. None of our sinking funds or anything that are in here. That's just kind of to keep time manageable. I did have a question about sinking funds, and so I'm actually going to do a sinking fund cash stuffing next weekend. So that's just kind of splitting the two of them up. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If you want to tune in, tune in. If you don't, don't. Hey, do whatever you want to do because it's your life. And I am a mom, but I'm not your mom, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. Anywho, let's go ahead. We've got our money here. I've got everything broken out. I've got my envelopes. I've got my dragon watching over my money. Let's go ahead, get everything set up, and let's get started. Okay, so got everything set up here. Again, if you are new, my name is Erin. I am in Australia. I am a cash budgeter working on a debt-free journey with my husband, also working towards financial independence. Because I am in Australia, I do have very colorful money. So this is our actual currency. It's not play money or anything like that. We just have a bit of a different currency style, but guess what? Doesn't matter where you live, money spends exactly the same no matter what. I am, as you can see, working a little bit with Racing the Light. So that's just the time of day that it is and when I could fit this in. So let's just kind of quickly get in and go as fast as possible. So we are going to start with groceries. So this is per fortnight. So this is for the next 2 weeks. All of our grocery money comes out of my paycheck, and then the sinking funds I actually do out of my husband's paycheck. So we're going to get $400 for groceries. That's going to be 2 100s, 2 50s. We're going to get 4 20s, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 10s. And we're actually going to be doing a challenge this month where we're going to try to knock down to where we actually only spend about $100 per week on our groceries and just kind of see how much money. So shopping out of our, not so much pantry. I don't eat a lot of pantry style foods. I'm all about fresh vegetables and produce, and meats. Not too much in terms of carbs because, well, can't eat them anymore now. Yay. So we're just going to be kind of, eating out of our freezer and then just fresh veg really to supplement. So we'll see how we go with that. Let's count this real quick. 100, 200, 50, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, and 400. I do frequently get comments about, oh my goodness, why so much money? I live in Brisbane, Australia. It is not the most inexpensive place in the world to live. I do have a video that it does talk about some of the cost here that we have that you can go and you can check that out if you would like. So that is going to be, our groceries. I'm going to quick jump down to bulk groceries. Bulk groceries is going to get $100, and that is going to be 2 50s. I thought that I had these in order, but apparently I do not. Bulk groceries, that is for things such as going to Costco. We are known to buy our meat in bulk as well we source that from local farmers. So both our beef, our chicken, our lamb comes from there. We just, support local when we can. Household for any of our, as it says, household products. So for the next 2 weeks, so cleaning supplies, air freshener, stuff to make it smell good. After my husband, my son, who is home quite a bit, and stinky dogs. So that was $50 there. Just curious, where do you guys spend the majority of your household money on. So like your actual household items. Is it things such as laundry? Is it just flat out cleaning supplies? Or like me, are you doing a lot in terms of things that just really make your house smell better because other people make it smell maybe not as nice? And we can even be generous and we can say that you can include candles. Candles are a household item, right? Along with any of those. Spend is going to get $50. Spend, this is Erin's spending money. I usually end up just putting it back in the bank because I do most of my purchases online. Petrol, again, if you're not new here, you know that this is the biggest pain in my wallet that we have, and that is how much fuel cost here. I know everybody is feeling the pinch with fuel. Nice part is investments in fuel are doing good, but I'm spending it as well. This is going to get $300, and so that is going to be 250s. We are going to get 6 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I always want to count out 5 5s, even though I say 4 5s. I do it every bloody week. I'm just going to slide this up here. Maybe move this down. That works a little bit better. Way to go, Erin. It only took you how long to figure that out? $300. Let's count that up. So 51, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. Now the nice part is that yes, our fuel has gone down since downgrading to a smaller bike, but it really has not gone down by much. We don't really have much that is rolling over. And once I start driving into work, this is probably going to increase by, I would say, at least $150, if not $200. Good times. Transport. So any of our, any tolls that we have, you've heard me have a whinge on more than one occasion about parking at hospitals and paid parking in general. So that is where this money goes to. So $150 for the next 2 weeks. 250s. 220s. And 2 5s. I'm going to slide this 10 down here because it's not going to be used for until, of course, down towards the very end. So $150 going in there. 51, 20, 40, 45, 50. I don't go through and count what I have left in there because pretty much it rolls over at the end of the quarter. I'll go through and I'll clear it out. But a lot of times all of it gets spent. There's really not too much that is left over. So just highlighting it to remind myself that I have put the money in there, and then pink is the color for this week. Doggos, so my 2 pups that need to eat, otherwise they will eat my stuff. They are going to get $150. They actually did, so I used to have a different little plant that I would have, and its name was Wilma, and Wilma's boyfriend is named Fred Jr., and he's in Wyoming with Marlene over at Snow Gardener 307, and my garbage gut Mastiff Turbo decided that Wilma looked like a tasty treat and tried to eat her. It's a plastic friggin' plant. So she's undergoing some reconstructive surgery. We'll see if she pulls through. That is why I switched to a dragon. They're a bit more in terms of protection. Anywho, I digress. Dogs, 100, 20, 40, 45, 50. Do you have a garbage gut for a pet? It doesn't necessarily have to be a dog. It could be cats or a bird or, I don't know, a domesticated pig for all I know. But just one of those animals that just thinks that anything that is within reach is fair game, whether it's edible or not. Let me know. Curious if other people have that same experience or if I am just one of the lucky ones to have found that particular special trait in a breed. Our miscellaneous, so things that we should think about that we didn't, only giving us 50 because I'm getting much better at this one. So that's using up that final 10. Finally, some additional space. Woohoo! Pretty easy, 20, 40, and 50. Going into miscellaneous, I even have a little bit. I even have money left over in there. Maybe I'll keep that for myself, not tell anybody. Probably not, I'm too honest. It's a nice thought though, a girl can dream. So $50 went there. Eating out, so my husband and I, we do enjoy having a dinner or a lunch. This is just for a casual type meal, for just something to where we can go and have a chat, not to be disrupted by said garbage gut dog or other distractions. We try to fit that in about once a week, so at least 2 times per fortnight. It's just, it gives us a break from cooking, and it's good for the marriage, just time for reconnecting as well. Health and personal care. So health and personal care, a little bit different here. I have separate from medical. That's a sinking fund because our medical system is different in Australia. Health and personal care, this is for things such as manicures, pedicures, and any prescriptions that I have or any copays that I have for things such as acupuncture, massage, and such like that. And then also hair. So this is another one that rolls over because if you are like me and you enjoy getting your hair done, and maybe not as frequently, even it's not inexpensive to have done, but guilty pleasures. Yes, I know, Erin, if you were to save that money and maybe invest it somewhere, I've done the numbers in the amount of time that I can feel good by having my hair and such done. That's going to make me happier than any returns that come on investing. And honestly, I'm dying anyways. I'm not going to be able to spend the majority of my investments. That's going to be for my husband and son to do. So I'm going to look good in the process. So health and personal care, $125. So 250s, a 20, and there goes that final 5. So 51, 20, and 25. And I can already hear now, oh, Erin, you shouldn't joke about death. Well, you know, I kind of have to, otherwise I'll fall into a depression. And as the satirical song goes, always look on the bright side of death. And last, my husband, $150. That is his spending money for the fortnight. This is for whatever he wants. I do not ask. He does not tell. That is what works for us. And I noticed now that it's common in like pretty much all budgeters that I see. One commonality pretty much across everyone. I don't know that I've seen one where anybody doesn't, or at least not one to where they admit that they don't. You never know. I do not have an envelope for that one because, well, I give it to him, he spends it. So the last thing that I have is I did go through again, and I tried this 2 weeks ago. It worked out not too bad, so I did again. And that is I went through and I cleared out all of my $5 notes. I do take part in a $5 challenge, whether it be with cash or digitally. So digital transactions I round up if there would be a 5 involved. And with all of the cash envelopes, I just went and grabbed them. Said, I don't count these. I counted it 2 weeks ago. And then I was like, I really shouldn't have done that. So this is going to go into the envelope. I will tape this up because this is the end of May. I will start a new one for June. And we will start that all over again. And come the beginning of December, I will open all of them up and count them, and we will see how much money we are surprised with. Really looking forward to that one. I almost want to celebrate Christmas in July just so I can break into it early. That takes care of it for what we are going to use, or at least have budgeted for our variable expenses. Again, our goal is not to spend all of this money. Our goal is to not spend all of this money and to stay under budget. And this is one of the things that stays constant. It doesn't matter how much money you make. I get the comment all the time of, whoa, why do you do that, Erin? You have a higher income than many people do. You don't need to do that. It is something that brings me pleasure. It brings me joy. It helps me stay on budget because a budget is important no matter how much money you make. I've been doing this ever since I was in graduate school, where I had a stipend of about $1,250 a month to live off of with a toddler as a single mom. And it has stuck with me ever since. And it's a good habit to have. I enjoy doing it. I love the fact that my son, who is now technically an adult. He doesn't always act like it, but he's an adult. He is doing this too. He is being responsible. So it's those little things, and it's what works for us. It always has. It probably always will. And as long as I can still continue to do it, I am going to. And so that is why we continue doing it no matter how much money we make. We just make adjustments as we go along. So that is what we have there. We'll see at the end of June. How in the world is it June already? We will see at the end of June how we went. I will be back next week for stuffing our sinking funds, which is something a little bit completely different, because the point of that is to not spend any of that money and actually get as much as possible in there. Wherever you are, I hope you are having a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed month, and a blessed year. As always, remember, choose kindness, show gratitude, always keep a positive mindset. I will see you in my next video. Bye.